How's it rockin', Dween Nation? This is the Dween Sports Podcast. We're about to get underway. But before we do, we'd love if you could like, comment, subscribe, or share. We are posting weekly sports content, and we want to build up the brand that is Dween Sports. Thank you all, and enjoy.
Welcome in, Dween Nation. This is your host, Justin Pies, alongside Genoa Agudelo. And we got not one, not two, but three guests on this special mock draft episode. This is going to be our third mock draft of the NFL offseason. Really excited to introduce our guests. And let's start with the guests we have not had in a little while. Johannan, how you doing today, my brother?
What's up, Justin? How's it going, Theo? Brothers, how's it going, everybody? Dewey Nation, we're glad to be back today. Ready to do a couple picks, get some insight on this year's season. Thank you for having me,
Yeah,
Justin.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad you're on. Josiah, how you doing?
Doing good. Happy Father's Day to everyone.
Yes, happy Father's Day out there. And then to a father, Dad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I love these mock drafts. I'm ready to pick and ready for y'all to go down.
Yeah. And Genoa, how we feeling, brother? How we feeling?
Yo, Dewey Nation, just so you know, I'm feeling great. We got draft dates set in about 2 months, and so it's never too early to get ready. The football season is just around the corner. We got basketball ending soon, so we're going to have a little bit of a dry month and a half, but don't worry. Football will be here to save us very soon. It doesn't get more exciting doing some mock drafts.
Yeah, and this past week was mandatory OTA, so we had some football, but you're right. This is the dry spell before training camp starts, but the content does not stop. We got mock drafts. We're going to start discussing sleepers, breakouts, bust, all of the above. But this episode here is a mock draft, a 10-team half PPR. And let's just start it. Let's get it rolling, and then we will we'll just run through it. If you look here, Dween Nation, this is the lineup we have. So we have Josiah, he's at pick 2. We have Dad Zukru at pick 4. We have me at pick 6. We have JoJo at pick 8 and Genoa at pick 10. Space it out perfectly. Really excited to get it underway. I'll throw it over to you, Josiah, as the draft's about to start. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts thus far when you're going to pick at pick 2?
Pick 2. I'm just hoping that Justin Jefferson's available because that's who I would want, and that's who I would take if I was one.
All right. So you are up, and Justin Jefferson is available. So let's rock.
Yes. I'm gonna take Justin Jefferson because I feel like he has a better quarterback this year, and JJ McCarthy. I just think he's gonna be able to do way more, and I think he's the best receiver in the league.
I love that. And actually, I want to throw that to Genoa real quick because not to say you haven't been the biggest fan of JJ, but what are your thoughts on how it's going to play out as for the rookie?
I don't know. I think he himself will have inconsistent numbers, but I think Jefferson as a receiver is still going to be number 1 or top 3 at least. But I feel like if you want JJ McCarthy to start him, he's very matchup based. I'm not sold on him. He did just come off a torn ACL, so that's the only reason why I'm really hesitant. Doesn't change my view on Jettas, though.
Gotcha. All right, Dad, you're up at 4. What do you got?
Well, I'm glad this person fell to me because I wanted Jamar Chase. Of course, I wasn't going to get Jamar Chase. And I love Barkley too, but I'm going to go with another running back in Bijan. And that's
okay.
I like it. Now that's up to me.
I already know easy. I already know what he's getting.
I like how this is played out already. There's actually 2 wide receivers I'm a pretty big fan of here at this spot, but I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb, the Dallas Cowboys. I expect a big bounce back year for the Dallas Cowboys, an improved offense. And I think when people are discussing, George Pickens is there, and that's like the first time we've really had a solid wide receiver 2 with CeeDee since he's become the alpha, I think it's only going to help CeeDee, so that's why I got him at 6. Genty goes at 7, and JoJo, you're up at 8.
Yeah. It's between 2 guys right now, so I'm just gonna tell you who I'm looking at. But I'm looking at Derrick Henry and Puka. But I like Puka this year, so I think I'm gonna go with Puka. I love how Cooper Kupp is gone out of the picture, so I don't love that, but I love how Puka gets his showtime now as like the main wide receiver. So I'm gonna go with Puka now.
I like it. I love it. Genoa.
I was going to go with Monroe. I was going to see if I can get him at 10. Jeez. Okay. Well, let's see. Let me look. I'm looking at – You know what? I'm a little bit of a believer back on the Christian McCaffrey hype train. Come on back, Christian McCaffrey. Let's get Christian McCaffrey here. I come on. And you know what? Derrick Henry, you come on along too. Let me get a 2 running back power move there. I won't have running backs coming back. I have to do it, man. I'm not going to get those running backs coming back. I feel good about it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean they're old heads, but they're good. And I'm actually curious because in this us five, one of us had McCaffrey, one of us was burnt by McCaffrey. That is Johannan here. So I'm curious, Jojo, how do you feel about McCaffrey this year?
It can't be worse than last year, Justin. It just can't be. He's got married. I mean, it's just a lot of things good has happened to him after the fall, and man, I only could wish happiness and goodness for him. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a great season, but as you see, I passed up on him. I just hurt. It hurt, Justin, and I can't board that train. I don't know how his injuries are gonna play out, and it's too much risk for me in the that 49ers team right now. So I choose to just pass on him. But that brings me to my pick. And this is a guy that I rarely do draft. But I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taylor.
Ooh.
This time around,
Ooh.
I'm excited. To see what he has for this year. Like we kind of saw, a little like a digress, I guess, or a decrease in his production last year from what we've seen in Jonathan Taylor. But I think this year he's gonna kick it back up, and I think we're gonna see the Colts kind of do a little better.
All right, Jonathan Taylor, Nico Collins is who I wanted.
I know who you want. No, I know who you're gonna pick.
Dang, CD and Nico would have been crazy.
Right now, you're throwing it to me. I picked CD in the first round, which I'm really happy with. Then we moved to round 2 where I could go a wide receiver who I really like. I really like him. But be honest with you, through the mock drafts we've done, I don't love my lineup when I go wide receiver, double wide receiver off the bat. So I'm going to look at the running back room here. And it's between two guys, it's between Devon Achane and Josh Jacobs. But I'm going with the guy that gets the volume and a guy whose team I believe in more. So I'm going with Josh Jacobs here.
Yeah, good pick.
Is my
I was gonna pick Brian Thomas. Oh my God, I want to pick A-Chain. I know I have a running back already. You know what? I am gonna go with and his numbers went down last year, but I think AJ Brown's gonna pick it up.
Yeah,
This year.
yeah, AJ Brown.
Yes, let's get
Ooh,
AJ Brown.
okay. Some interesting picks this far.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
What do you
not
think?
sure how I feel about like the spots with the running backs left. Um, uh, this is odd. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go. Let's take Jefferson. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Bowers here.
Oh, it's first
Ooh.
off the board.
Geno Smith there, and just hope he keeps up his like elite year because he was crazy last year, especially for a rookie. That alone
Oh,
as
yeah.
a tight end.
Okay.
I mean, he bounced off of Sam Laporta's greatest rookie year at tight end and beat it.
And he had who do you have, like Minshew or someone?
They had Minshew and O'Connell. So this is a big upgrade, in my opinion, with Geno.
Yeah, huge upgrade.
Who's your second pick, Jess?
For my second pick, I'm gonna have to go running back because I have kind of some receivers on the
Yeah.
board. I'm not the biggest fans of who I have left. Like I like Bucky, but I'm gonna have to go. Man, I don't even know. This is like such a weird spot in my opinion.
There's a couple.
You know what? I'm gonna go. It's so weird. I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna have to pivot, and I'm gonna take my MVP of last year. I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson.
Oh wow,
Oh.
quarterback.
That's a very good pick.
Hey, dude.
Very-
If I had to show up and play Jettas, Bowers, and Jefferson in the same week, I would be
Godly.
Pooping myself.
scared.
But I mean, he's
Yes.
gonna have 0 running backs. He's gonna have. I don't know who he's gonna have at running
He's
back
gonna
spot.
start.
I don't even like the running backs there right now at that pick. I don't
You're gonna be
know.
playing like Jalen Warren at the running back one.
Chill.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, you're up in the third round. What do you got?
Was between two running backs. The running back I really wanted is there. He definitely won't be there when I get back. I love Bucky Irvin, but I'm going with my Chase Brown, baby. That's my guy.
Ooh.
He's going to do well with Jamar Chase and Higgins. They're going to be opened up for him to run. I'm telling you.
I like it. I like the thought process. He really finished the year super strong. So I agree there. That's pretty good. For me, at the middle of the third here, there's Kyron and there's JSN.
Oh, I didn't know Kyron's still there.
I'm gonna go with Kyron Williams.
Gosh.
Yeah.
to add to my running back room. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are doubting him for some reason. But I'm not on that train, so I'm gonna
I know
stick
where
with him.
Joe's going. Don't even think you're playing the games. No.
Justin, I had him
I'm
start,
not
man.
picking yet.
I think
I
you
know.
saw
I'm
my
not gonna
sheet or
say it.
something.
I saw you had Kyron.
Yeah, man. Oh, I like the Taylor and Kyron duo. All right, well, so like I said, I got Puka. I mean, this guy's unstoppable, and then I got JT. So, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Right here, I think from what's left, I do want to give me another running back before they all go out.
Jalen Warren's
that I like.
available.
Yeah, Jalen Warren. um, let me see. Oh, okay. All right, interesting. What we got here? Okay. Okay. Brees Hall. We got Brees Hall. We got James Cook and Kenneth. We got Joe Mixon. Okay, you know what? I like me some Joe Mixon. And since I'm a Mahomes fan, but I'm also a Texans fan. I love his volume, and Nick Chubb is a little bit of a concern, and we got more playmakers involved. However, Joe Mixon, he carried Texans in so many aspects last year, and I think we're trying to make improvements to that O line, and we got a couple guys that I believe he could still do just as good. And so I'm gonna take him over these guys in front of him just because I've seen what Joe Mixon can do, and he can put the team on his back. So I'm gonna do Joe Mixon this spot.
All right. I'm glad you brought up Nick Chubb because that was obviously the
All right,
discussion.
go ahead, Genoa.
Yeah.
I think you know, but
Pick your quarterback.
You know what?
I
I
know
was
you-
gonna get Josh Allen, but you know what? I see my guy from Texas A&M, Mike Evans, and we go with Mikey, Big Mike.
There it
And
is.
then God. Okay, so you know what? I would pick Josh Allen here, but you know what? I'm gonna go a different way. There's T. Higgins, there's Devontae Adams, and there are a couple otherwise. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Goodness gracious.
Good.
I'm gonna go with T. Higgins here. And I think he should have a better year. He had a great year last year, and I think he can repeat it again.
I thought you were gonna go Tyreek Hill and just get all the old heads. I
need to keep my team somewhat young.
Oh, that's right, because the first three are.
Yeah.
older guys. All right, JoJo, you're back up. What you got?
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna take another. Just another one that I truly trust in. We saw last year this guy, he killed it. I was not expecting him to do this good. And you might think I'm going Tyreek Hill here, but I promise you I'm not. I'm actually gonna go and get Terry.
I knew it.
Oh, Terry McLaurin.
I wanted. Why'd you do that?
Bye.
That was nice. I was wanting Josh Allen, but he gets taken there.
Yeah.
So that leaves me with the decision between a couple of guys. I'm gonna go with Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think that I know Sam Darnold is not the shiny toy that we would love for Jackson Smith to have, but he was getting targeted like crazy last year. And DK leaves, Tyler Lockett leaves. There's just so many open targets. So I think this is pretty much a layup. Even though Tyreek is there, he's good, but with all the issues and how Miami is just not a team I really want to be a part of, I'm going JSN. I'll throw it to you, Dad. Though, what do you have for your fourth round pick?
Okay, like I told myself, I really don't want to pick a quarterback up in the first 4 rounds unless one of these 4 or 5 are there, and one of these 4 or 5 are there, and I'm gonna have to go pick Jaden Daniels right here.
All right, quarterback. Ooh, and quarterback.
That's why you wanted McLaurin, huh?
That
I
boy
was
got
gonna do
flea
work
bone.
for a combination of AJ Brown, but
Oh, you could have done the stack.
yeah, I could have did the stack.
I like stacks.
But they like to run. He likes to run it, and
That's still good. Oh, you got hurts.
but
All right, Jess, you have all the colors except running back. What do you want to do here?
Yeah, I just I don't know. Looking at the running backs this year, I feel like if you don't get it like first round, I don't really like it like that. And you took JSN though, and I was like, I wanted JSN. That's a great question. Now, who should we pivot to? Okay, I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna take for my first running back. He is a beast. Need him to stay healthy. I'm gonna take Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
good. That's
Kenneth
good.
Walker.
And then it's probably gonna be a bit of a reach, but since I don't like anybody on the board, and I really like this guy, he's actually my favorite rookie running back. I'm gonna go Trevion Henderson.
Wow, Travion gets
Nice
into
pick.
the fifth.
Very good.
Oh, so I'm curious, Jess. with Henderson being added to the backfield, they still have Ramondre. What do you think like the timetable is for when we see a real breakout from Henderson?
That's a great question. Thinking of like I love Ramondre. I've been a fan of Ramondre over the years, but he has had some injury concerns. He's slowed down a lot. He used to be a great catching, but Trevion Henderson can block in the backfield, so I'm thinking, and he can run. He's explosive. He was with the other running back from Ohio State who went to the Browns.
Yeah,
Forgot his name.
French
But I would say like about week 4, week 3, like a clear like breakout where it's like, oh no, he's RB1. But I
All right.
think like definitely Ramondre will be taking some of the carries.
I like it. I like it. All right, Dad, we're up with you at what is it, pick
Thank
4?
you, guys. Thank you. I mean, y'all really gonna let me get this guy in the 5th
Gosh, I already know it's gonna
round?
be.
Do you really think it? I mean, what are y'all thinking of? Yes, he didn't do great last year. He still did pretty good numbers. The fastest receiver on the league. Come on, give me Tyreek Hill, baby, in the 5th round. Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, he fell
pretty
big
good.
time. That's a
But for the
that's
5th round pick, that's a
oh,
steal.
I would have
That's
gone him
pretty
there
good.
too. Could have.
How is his case, by the way? He's like dismissed on that, right? So he's gonna play.
I think he's good to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin,
Hard
don't
to
pick
see.
my guy, bro.
Gosh, so yeah, that was where I was going. Second idea was Devontae Adams, so they both go before my pick. So I don't love that, but we're up to me now, and I think it's between two guys. Oh, it's between 3 guys. Wow. Okay, so to openly think here, there's Chuba Hubbard, who I really like. I think he's due for a really good year. You have Joe Burrow, the quarterback, and this is like the last quarterback kind of in the top tier in my opinion. And then you got DJ Moore, who I think's in line for a really good season. Wow. I think what I'm gonna do. Dang. All right, I'm gonna count out DJ. So now it's between Chuba and Joe Burrow. But I think at the end of the day, I really want to have that advantage that not many other teams have in my league. So I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow at
I knew
quarterback
it.
here.
Yeah, of course. You got
Um,
2 running backs, 2 receivers. Yeah, put
I
them
know I
together.
do, but I like Chuba. I'm a fan of Chuba this year.
I like Chuba too, but
But yeah, so Joe Burrow is where I go for this one. And you're up, JoJo.
Well, Justin, you seem to be a dream crusher today. So I'm gonna have to just get off of quarterbacks now. Because I do know I have something. I have a move later, but I'm gonna go with this guy who I mean his rookie year, some could say had one of the best tight end rookie years ever. And I believe he's gonna get back to where he started. And this year, he's hungry. You know, they made it far in the playoffs. Shocking loss. But I'm gonna go with his name, and his name's Sam. I'm gonna go with the big Sam. Sam Laporta. I love him. He kind of plays like another wide receiver spot in my opinion because he's explosive and he's just a great catcher.
I love it. I love it. He also fits to me in a tier where it's like after him, it's a pretty sizable drop off. I think what the next guys
Yeah,
are like Hawkinson, Ingram, Kelsey. So
yeah, for
I
sure.
like your pick there. I'm a fan. But yeah, go ahead, Jano. What's up? With
You know what? I need a young head, so let's go with DJ Moore. I think he should have a great year with Caleb. So I have DJ, Mike, and T. Higgins. I'm feeling good about it. I need another running back. Man, do I pick both Bears here, running back, and I do need a running back. Connor, maybe this is your Trey Benson takes over, and Montgomery, I think this is your Gibbs as a superstar. You know what? I'm gonna take 2 Bears here. I need a running back and a wide receiver. Let's go with Swift to be my second running back there. I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good.
Lee,
the Swifty.
of all my players.
I like that. I like that. Um, Okay, I'm gonna go with this. You know, it's either running back or wide receiver back for me here. Now this guy, he disappointed me a lot. I mean, last year, I had him in my main league and a lot of heartbreaks. But I don't think it's his fault. I think it's his quarterback's fault, and I think his quarterback realized, you know, how terrible he was last year, not
Oh,
throwing
pick
and
him
not
up.
and not giving this guy the ball. I mean, his name is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, damn, that's a good pick.
Just get him the ball. If you get him the ball this season, Arizona, I promise you, you're not gonna have Kyler Murray running for his life like the whole field. Just get him the ball, please.
I love it. That's who I was gonna go. It was between Marvin Harrison and James Conner. So obviously both of those guys want to go right before my pick. But yeah, you're so right. That's the thing though. We got to rely on Kyler Murray, which we
Yeah.
discussed on the pod is a hard thing to do. but I agree that was the way to go because, for one, they have actually a really easy schedule compared to a lot of other teams in the league.
Mhm.
And then you expect year 2 growth, so I'm a fan there. For me, now, since both of those guys were taken, that's kind of who I wanted. It's time to pivot a little bit into somewhere in my flex area where I could go. It's between Montgomery and there's a rookie I like a lot. There's actually a couple rookies I like a lot.
There's some great
And the one
receivers remaining. I'm sorry. There's
there
some
are,
great.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go. I know he's old. Not him himself. His quarterback is very old and well past his prime, but he's alone. I'm gonna go with DK Metcalf. I'm a fan of DK. I think he's due. He's due for a good year. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. DK and Jackson Smith there with CD. And
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, y'all left me no choice here. I'm picking a good receivers between Sutton and Devontae Smith, and I'm going to go with Devontae Smith. Well, wait,
Great.
no, I'm not. AJ Brown. My bad.
Oh, you have AJ.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, good catch.
Smart, good awareness.
Man, real quick. I mean, that's like, wow. Man, there's nothing else after that. Jeez, just about. You know what? Let me go ahead and do the running back route and get David Montgomery.
Yep.
Montgomery.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like Montgomery
Word.
personally.
Yeah, he's nice. You know
It's
they're
just
gonna
he
give him
shares
the
with
goal line
Gibbs.
touches.
That's the only thing.
He
Well, yeah,
owns the
but
goal line touches. though.
Lions are a point scoring team, man. They want to
Yeah.
get their. I mean, trust me. I played Monroe so many times last year, and it's 2 seconds left. They're up by 80, and he still gets a touchdown. So they just like to feed their players.
Either guy. Good call.
Oh my God.
Josiah.
Josiah, where you at, man?
Oh no.
Don't pick this guy, Josiah. Come on, leave him
He
for
took
me.
Montgomery for me, so I'm gonna have to pivot to a guy I love, and for a team that I don't like, but I
Oh,
think
no.
made a great move this offseason. I'm gonna go George Pickens.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang, that's a good pick, Josiah. Gosh.
Good pick for Pickens. I like
God,
it.
dog.
Then on the turnaround, damn, I don't even know who to go here, but
Man, you got.
I'm gonna have to go.
receivers left.
I'm just gonna take a. Dang, I don't even know here. You know, I'm gonna go with this guy here. He's impressed me over the last 2 years. I want to say. I hate the team. I'll go Isaiah Pacheco.
Ooh.
Pacheco.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
thank you,
Damn.
thank you. Man, I want to go Sutton, but I'm gonna go and get a. I need a receiver too. He's not gonna last with me coming back, so. I'm gonna go ahead and get Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, that's a great pick. That's where I was going to go.
I have to do that.
Unfortunately,
I'm not reaching out for this person, so.
yeah, Sutton's a good pick there. That was. There's still a couple guys in that tier I think that are really good, but I'm gonna look towards the running backs, and it's between 2 rookies.
I knew it. That's what I was gonna pick, too.
Dang it.
It's between 2 of the rookies. Obviously, I think Quinshon's going to have like the whole backfield to himself, essentially. I know Ford's there and Sampson's kind of around, but I think Quinshon's going to be the guy, but his team is just complete trash. And then you have Caleb Johnson, who I like a lot. I did just pick DK. I do like Caleb Johnson, but I think I'm going to go with the guy who I think is going to might clear 200 to 250 attempts. And give me Quinshon Judkins here. I'm going Quinshon.
Yeah, good pick.
And I
That
know
is
it's
3 times today.
Good.
3 times. I was going between Judkins and Brian Robinson Jr. But I mean, Justin, I guess you just hate me today once again. I mean, I'm just gonna.
He does it to me too, Janon.
I'm gonna have to just start already knowing that my second pick is gonna be the one. But I'm gonna go Brian Robinson Jr. because I like this production. I like the way Washington used him. I think they're gonna still be that surprisingly good team, and I think that Jaden Daniels and the whole team just progressing together year 2, like their chemistry. I think Brian Robinson we're gonna see an excellence in him. I'm gonna go with him. I like his pass catching abilities from Daniels to him as well.
I like it. That was a great. He really finishes off a tier of like he's in that area with Quinshawn, but I think he's safer than Quinshawn if you look at
Yeah,
it. Like,
because he's already established.
yeah, so good pick there. All right, Genoa.
All right, well, this guy's on the board. He's got to be picked. So let me go Devontae Smith. I'm liking my 4 wide receivers there. You know what? I don't think I'm ready. I don't. I'm looking at the board, quarterback and tight end. I think I can wait just one more round. Let me get another running back because when you look at my first 2 running backs, the age is a factor. So let me get a guy who's just a tad bit younger. Let me go with Tony Pollard there. So I'm feeling really good. I got 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers.
Yeah. I love that. It's coming back to me. So, oh man. All right. Let's see. What am I looking at here?
Justin, I see.
I don't want him to do it.
If he's not, I will. Oh, you're
I'm-
before me,
I'm
King.
before you, so.
I'm also with Genoa on that boat. I'm not in the mood for a quarterback right now. I don't really wish for any of the quarterback. I mean, like all the quarterbacks left. I'm not a fan of them picking them now. So I think I'm gonna go with the wide receiver again. Like I said, I'm looking between these 2 guys. I'm gonna think.
Oh, there's one really good one. There's 2. There's one really good one that I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna.
Yeah, there's one that I miss for sure, having on my team. But there's another one that I like. Oh, okay. Um, there's also one that like kind of strikes a couple eyes. Dang. Yo, I feel like we want to have fun today, though. We want to have fun, right? Like,
We always do.
we always want to have fun. So give me Travis Hunter at early in this
Wow, all
draft.
right.
See, now you're taking my player.
Yeah, that's big time. Wow. Okay. All right. Now I'm up. And where do I want to go here? Because there's still a few guys. Thing is, like, there's one more running back. I guess there's kind of 2. There's 1 to 2 more running backs to me before there's a really big drop off. And then if you look at wide receivers, I think there's still a good amount. But there's a guy at the top here I like he was the wide receiver 2 all the way till he got hurt.
Oh,
Rest of the year.
I think I know you're thinking.
I think I'm gonna. It's because okay, so I'll just say it out loud. It's either gonna be Chris Godwin, or it's gonna be R.J. Harvey for the Broncos. It's a rookie. I just picked a rookie, so it's like, do I do that? But I also want more running backs on my team to help build that because I think I can get wide receivers late. But Chris Godwin was just so good last year.
So good.
But he also is returning from injury, so is there a dip in production? They drafted Emeka Egbuka. I think it's gonna. I know they picked up J.K. Dobbins as well in Denver, but I just see Sean Payton, who at the time could have gone other direction. He could have gone Scatterboo. He could have gone Caleb Johnson, but he decided to go with R.J. Harvey. Give me R.J. Harvey here. I'm gonna do it. And get the running back. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
That was my.
I like
pick.
that.
Yeah.
What are we thinking, Dad?
Okay, let's see what I need here. I'm not a fan right now this year of Chris Olave. I would like to pick him up, but let me see what's left out here.
What do you got? You got 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers.
You know what? Let me go ahead and do. I'm going to go and pick up Chris Olave.
Mm.
I mean, with Shook, I think he's going to be the starter. He's going to give him the ball. I'll go wide receiver here.
Just pray he stays healthy.
That's right.
Yeah.
He will.
I mean, Dad, who were you discussing in your brain when you picked Olave? Who were the other names?
Well, I was looking for a running back, but there's
Yeah.
I'm not going to reach for those. I was going to do a tight end, but I could wait for a tight end. And there's really no one else left. I don't want Jerry Jeudy. I already have Sutton. Waddle. I have Tyreek Hill, so I couldn't pick up. Calvin Ridley, I'm never a fan of right now since he did that little diva stuff. So, no, that was the best pick right now off the board.
All right. I like your thought process. Josiah, what do you got?
Look, I know the board is giving me Jalen Waddle. It's like, hey, pick Waddle. Look, I'm avoiding Dolphins receivers like it's a plague. They don't have a quarterback. Sorry. Tua's not a quarterback. I'm gonna go with the man that I don't personally I haven't been a big fan of, ever since he been posing at the ever since he lost to the Chiefs and he posed for the L. But with the offseason he's having and with the flashes he showed last year, and with Drake May, I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs. I think he's gonna have a good year. I mean, he's bound for it at this point. Um, and then on the turn, I'm gonna go with someone that is a coach's pick and someone who has sold me time and time again. I'm gonna go Najee Harris.
All right, Najee. Are you worried? What are your thoughts with Omari and Hampton there?
I think it's just gonna be like a Lions situation where you're gonna have the power back, speed back. I think that's not gonna be a difference here. And since it's Hampton's first year, I'm gonna expect Najee to get a bunch of the carries, like half of it at least.
Yeah, I like it. And he's healthy. He's like last year, if you look at the Chargers, Gus Edwards is hurt, Dobbins is hurt. Najee, I don't think he's missed a game in like his entire career, if I'm not wrong. So I like it. I think he's gonna be on the field. All right, Dad, what do you have though in the ninth round?
Okay, I'm going with it's going to be a tight end. I was looking at Andrews, but just too many weapons there with Henry, with Zay Flowers, with Bateman, with Likely. That's going to take probably half the Johnny Smith. I already have someone on Miami. Kelsey's dinosaur. I'm going with my David Njoku. They're going to have to throw a lot because they're coming from behind, and he does those little 10-yard routes. And
Are you worried about quarterback? Like, was there a quarterback you'd want?
Quarterback, even a bad quarterback looking for the tight end. So they're not going to throw deep. They're going to just throw these little cross routes, a little dink and dunk, and let him. I mean, he's a big guy, and he did a lot of work last year.
Yeah. All right. David Njoku off the board. Back to me. And there's between a couple of guys here. To me, it's between Calvin Ridley and Javonte Williams. I know I have 4 running backs, but I might just want to finish off my 5 here. I like Javonte. I think I've talked about him on the pod at a good extent, but especially on our TikTok, I have just big hopes for him, especially with the fact that over the last, I think it was 11 years, Dallas Cowboys running backs have been in the top 23. The leading Cowboys running back has been in the top 23 in 11 straight seasons. And right now, Javonte is going at like RB 39, RB 40. So, like, to me, it's a tremendous steal at where he's going. So I'm going to go with Javonte Williams.
And then that's a perfect layup. Finally, Justin, we're on the same page today. That's a perfect layup to what I'm going to do right here because when I look at these lists of quarterbacks, I'm gonna go ahead and get a quarterback off of this round because I don't know what Geno has in store with his 2 picks. But when I look at this list of quarterbacks, I see maybe a couple good guys left, but I see this one name who seriously has something to prove, and he's coming off like he's just had a kid, and I think he's having another kid. Like he's got the vibes going. And I miss when the Dallas Cowboys are good. I hate them, but I miss when they're good. And with that run game coming in, like you just mentioned, Justin, we see the addition of George Pickens. I think the Cowboys they might finally just be good again. And I hate to say that, but I'm gonna go with this man who has something to prove. His name is Dak Prescott.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well,
He reminds me of Tony Romo. So.
Justin, can you please steal Johannes' pick next time around? Because man, he just did it to me. So, well, I do. He's right. I need a quarterback. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me go with Jared Goff. I think right here is a really good spot for him. Jared Goff there. You know what? I need a tight end. I still believe in this guy. He had a crucial drop in the playoffs, but let's go with Mark Andrews. I'm feeling good about these picks here in the 9th and 10th round. Now I have my full starting lineup besides defense and kicker.
All right. All right. It's between 2 guys again for me, different positions. I will say, but however, I mean, when I look at this guy, I mean, he stands out to me. I think he's going to be utilized in a very unique way.
Don't do it.
And I already have 4 wide receivers, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a 4th running back. I'm gonna go with the guy. He's the rook. I'm gonna go with Scatterboo.
Okay.
Good.
Cam Scatterboo. Okay.
That's really good. Yep, that's good.
That's good. I do think he's better than Tracy, even though it might start out with Tracy as the lead back. But moving to me, I could go tight end, and that's on the board. That is on the board with Kelsey, or Jonnu or Evan Ingram. I actually like all 3 of them. But I'm actually looking at wide receiver. I have 3 thus far. kind of want to add to that room. And honestly, there's like 3 guys that I kind of want to discuss right now. One being Debo Samuel, one being Khalil Shakir, and one being Jacoby Myers. I know the latter sounds gross. Jacoby Myers, I mean, like, what team does he even play for? I feel like a lot of people are not even invested in Jacoby Myers, but I think this is kind of a PSA I want to make. And it's also a TikTok I put out last week, how I think Jacoby Myers might be kind of the sleeper of the season going here in the 10th round, because he had a career season last year. He finished at wide receiver 29. He's going at wide receiver 42. Why do we expect such a drop when they didn't really add to the wide receiver room? They drafted Jack Best. Yes, he was solid in the Senior Bowl, but I expect Jacoby to be the lead wide receiver. Yes, they have Brock Bowers, but they improved their coaching. They improved their quarterback play. So I expect a year from Jacoby Myers that we would not expect. So I'm going Jacoby Myers.
Very good. Very good. Okay, what's up to my turn right here, right? I'm always going to try to pick up this player in drafts because he's right now second running back, but this guy's old. He gets hurt, and he will probably take over definitely by mid season. And it's going to be my man Jordan Mason, if I can find him.
Oh, Jordan Mason.
And
I like
Yeah.
it.
he's a beast. I'm not gonna lie.
He will be
And
good,
he's
man.
gonna
He's
take-
gonna.
Is he
I
though?
he's gonna-
Is he though?
Yes.
Or is he a one year, one year?
Well, Aaron Jones could get hurt. Aaron
Is he
Jones could get.
though?
Aaron Jones gets hurt all the time.
I'm gonna tell you something. I wanna say Justin had a perfect analysis, and I think that is beautiful what he said. The Raiders are a team that people are sleeping on, and they are potential. Just like you need to watch out for them, kind of like Broncos last year, or just up and coming team. Chip Kelly, highest paid OC. Got Geno Smith, who is a big improvement from when's the last time the Raiders even had a quarterback. So, here though, I have another take here. This is someone I liked last year. I think this year he finally takes off. And I think he's gonna dethrone Travis Etienne. I'm gonna go Tank Bigsby here.
Oh, Tank.
And then on the turn, we know how valuable backup quarterbacks are. And this is a guy who I think he has to do it something this year, or he's always going to be a hypothetical. I'm going to go Justin Herbert.
The Herbmeister. Okay.
Okay. Well, I was going to pick Justin Herbert, but I have Jaden Daniels. They're both off on the 12th week. So that was a good pickup. But I'm going to go with my second quarterback. And it's between two, Caleb Williams or Jordan Love. And I do like Stroud. Let me click over here on Stroud. Let's see what. Okay, 6 week. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with my man, CJ Stroud. That's my Houston.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
You're expecting a big bounce back because those 3 quarterbacks had technically a down season, a season to forget. So you're going with CJ as the guy who's going to bounce back.
They bring 3 different guys out here with Chubb and then the 2 new rookies, wide receivers. They, of course, got Nico Collins, top 3 wide receivers. So, yes.
I'm curious, though. Even though I actually, everybody on the pod, I know me and Jano are just not big fans of Kyler Murray, but I'm surprised that he wasn't in that conversation. He runs. No,
Yep,
not.
last 2 years.
I would say I love
Super.
Kyler Murray, but when it comes to Kyler Murray, I feel like that parent with that one child that's just always getting in trouble. It's like, gosh. But with Kyler, he's just not playing to the best visibility. And I know he can play better because I've seen him do it. But yes, Kyler Murray, very disappointing player right now as far as him in the NFL. But hopefully he bounces back.
All right. I feel you. All right. So to me in the 11th, I could go tight end because I haven't done that yet, or I could look at the wide receiver room because there's still a guy I like there.
No, don't.
I know he's getting old. His production fell, but he joined a really solid team, and he's got to do a little something. Maybe the little Terry McLaurin issue drives a wedge with Terry in the team. That might be a reach. But regardless, I'm going to go with the guy who I think just has a little bit of gas left. And it's in the 11th round, so I think it's a good value. I'm going Debo Samuel.
That's a good pick. For the 11th
Perfect.
pick, that's amazing. That's a good.
All right, I mean that's a good pick. I'm not a Debo fan, if you know me.
Yeah.
He broke my heart many times. I just want to start by talking about Team One. I don't know who you are. I know you're a bot, but dude, this guy took Cooper Cup. I wanted Cooper Cup. I think Cooper Cup is gonna be good this year. And then he also took Mahomes for me in the 7th round, which we're not gonna talk about that. But just kind of, I just wanted to hate on Team One real quick. But my pick, I'm just gonna go ahead and just go straight to it. It's gonna be early for some people, but I love to get these rookies that I'm so excited about because you like to watch who you're excited about. And this guy, although I don't like to mention like what college he's from, I love this guy, and I think on a team with an explosive quarterback like Jordan Love, I think he's gonna make an immediate impact. And I'm just gonna add Matthew Golden to my lineup right now.
Oh, that's a one.
Perfect. I mean, me and my dad were talking about him earlier today. I think you're so right. And with the Packers, Christian Watson's going to be out for most of the season, and there's really just nobody there that is worth. Also, I looked up a stat that the Packers haven't drafted a first round wide receiver in 23 years. So
Yeah. Me and
for
Josiah
them
know
to do
that.
that, so I like it.
For me, I'm gonna draft a Longhorn as well. I know Janen's a big Longhorns fan, so am I. So let's go with the rookie out of Texas, Jaden Blue for the Cowboys. I think I get me another running back as well. I feel good about it. And then you know what? I'm looking at my quarterbacks and say, you know what? Let's knock out the backup situation. I got Jared Goff, who's on a week 8. So let's go with Caleb Williams. He's got a week 5 bye, and I can stack him with DJ Moore, and I'm feeling good about that. So let me go with those 2 picks.
That's good.
Those are really good picks. I like that. Okay. So kind of come back to where I'm at, and so let's see. Got a quarterback. Do I want to? Do I want like a handcuff? Hmm. You know what? I literally just mentioned his name. Um, I think, just in case Dak Prescott ever gets hurt or something, or God forbid, or maybe he just starts slacking, and I need to throw in somebody who I know is gonna also be on that playoff push and just gonna be a good team. I'm gonna go with Jordan Love here, just to kind of maybe if Matthew Golden becomes somebody prominent and like somebody explosive that I have to put in the starting line, and maybe I can run a little duo, double shot. So I'm gonna go with Jordan
Love
Love in
that.
this round, just to back up my quarterback Dak Prescott.
That's good. That's a really
Yeah.
good pick there. I was thinking of backing up my quarterback, but I think this is about time for me to pick a tight end because I've been waiting for so long. And I'm going to go with the guy on his last leg and his last
Oh
stand and give me.
no. Oh no, that's a great pick. Travis Kelce in the 12th round. Who would have knew? Who would have knew? Who would have thought?
Who would have knew? Yeah, that's fair.
It's awful.
Yeah, he's yeah.
This guy was going in the 2nd round last year. 3rd, the latest.
I mean,
The
it
fall
just
that-
looks it looks like he's just drained. Like it looks like I don't know where he's even at. Most
The
of the
tours
plays.
with I think Taylor Swift.
That's exactly
Those
right.
practices
But who knows? Hey,
jet.
I heard he was in the gym. He lost a lot of weight. Maybe he's faster. I mean, kind of concerns me, but because tight ends, I like I like them to be at least a good size. But I don't know. Yeah, a little beefy. But who knows? Maybe he's quick. Maybe him and Taylor had a good offseason talk. We don't know.
All right, Dad. What do you got? What do you got?
Okay. I'm going to reach out just a little bit here. I always like to pick up a backup because Connor's getting hurt. He gets hurt every year. You get at that age. And I'm going to pick up Trey Benson. I think he's going to have a more productive year this year. So Trey Benson's on my list right now.
All right, Trey Benson off the board to Josiah.
All right. Let me see.
We're almost there.
We're almost done. Yeah, for real.
We're almost there.
Wait, hold up.
Hey, wait, Dad. I'm curious. I want to ask you. You picked Trey Benson, but you have just saying you have Bijan, you have Chase Brown. Why didn't you go in the direction of more like handcuffing your running backs?
I could do that in the next round unless someone else picked it up. But Trey's been getting some. I just feel that Connor eventually is going to get hurt and he's going to just take over this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like as for me, like who I need to go for, it's very questionable. There's not many crazy good people on the board. Dang, bro. I'm gonna get the shot clock. I feel like for here, I'm gonna go. Um, dude, I'm gonna go Ray Davis here.
Ray
Get some
Davis,
more
I like
depth.
it. Ray
Really?
Davis is
What are you
money.
talking about?
And with
Yeah,
James Cook's kind of
Yeah.
issues,
He's got
contract
yeah.
issues.
It looks like you're light on receivers too. What the hell?
yeah, I know. I feel like right here. Oh man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with someone that I feel like is gonna have a. Oh yeah, let me see if he's been picked for. Hold up. Bro, I hate this. This auto the suggestion pick. I guess he has been picked. Yeah.
I would vote for wide receiver. You only have 3.
Oh yeah.
I guess he has been picked. Yeah, he has been picked. I'm looking at it. I'm gonna go with someone who is literally has a good potential to be great this year. I'm
Yes.
gonna go Jaden Higgins here. Oh my god, but my
Oh,
mouse keeps
Jaden
dying.
Higgins,
That's not
rookie.
bad.
Adding a rookie from the
bad.
Texans. I think that's yeah. He's like a Nico 0.5 right now.
Okay. Justin almost messed up my pick. Don't ever do that again. No, but anyway. I'm gonna go with my backup to Bijan Robinson and pick Tyler Algier.
Yeah, he'll still touch his there. He's gonna still touch
Yeah,
his for sure.
yeah.
And by the way, for team 3, I know it's a bot. I think Justin Fields is worth a look, ladies and gentlemen. I think that with his rushing ability, with his connection with Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall, it's not completely bleak. And I don't think they're going to win a ton of games, but I think that he's going to be running around, scrambling, making passes. I think that he's in line for a year similar to what he had. What was it in 2023?
Yeah,
I think it was 2023. So yeah. But anyways, okay, my turn. I'm looking at quarterback. I'm looking at tight end because as much as I do think Kelsey is one of the goats, he is not that same guy. So I'm actually going to look at tight end, and it's between 3 guys, honestly, because I like all 3 of them. I like Jonnu, I like Evan Ingram, and I actually like Tucker Kraft. I think all are worth consideration. Jonnu obviously is going through some contract negotiations. There's some trade rumors. If he were to be traded to Pittsburgh, which is like the main team being discussed, I'd be out on him. But at the moment, he's not. And the way he played last year, he was a top 3 or 4 tight end. When that back like 8 to 10 weeks of the season. So I'm gonna go with Jonnu Smith.
Good pickup. Good pickup.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and just get a defense early because I love this defense, and I don't even know if they'll be on the board within the next 4 picks, just because they're that good. And I watching them last year, I doubted them many times, but they consistently just dominated, even though they weren't like your top 5 team. But I'm gonna go with Denver Broncos defense. I love them. I think they come out just the best defense right now in the league, if not the Texans up there as well with the Eagles. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Denver Broncos in this round.
I mean, that is consensus top defense, and I feel like a lot of fantasy pickers, they're like, which defense do I go? Do I just pick who I think's the best defense? Well, I think Denver provides you not only one of the best defenses in the league, but we discussed this in another episode, but they play and host Cam Ward in his debut. I think that is going to be points galore for Denver, not for Tennessee. So I like it. All right, Genoa.
I'm gonna go with the defense as well. Give me the reigning champs and their defense, and let's go kicker. I'm gonna go with Brandon Aubrey here and get me a Cowboy, and I'm feeling good about that.
All right, so the first
don't pick my guy. Or my guys.
It's between 2 running backs. One is a cuff, and then one is just he did good last year, but we see the addition of Najee. So I'm definitely considering what's going on there, there in Los Angeles. So, okay. But I do, what? I don't really trust JK, so I'm gonna go with this guy. No. Actually, I'm gonna go with JK actually because I was gonna do Nick Chubb as a cuff, but I already have Joe Mixon, and I just don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know how Nick Chubb is looking. Dude, this is one of those things. I don't know. I like both, as you can tell. I'm gonna go with JK this year. I'm gonna see what he does.
J.K. Dobbins. I think
Oh,
that's good.
and JK went to Denver. I'm sorry.
You went to Denver,
Right,
yeah.
Denver.
Yeah.
Still should be good.
Yeah,
He
still
still
should be good though.
All right, back to me. I'm looking at a guy I can
Don't do
can
it.
be the backup for Joe Burrow. And when I look at it, there's a couple of safe options and a couple of upside options. So I'm going to look at the two upside options, in my opinion, which is Drake May and J.J. McCarthy. But I'm going to go with the guy who was ninth in rushing last year and has had an improved offseason with the introduction of a new number one wide receiver, a new rookie wide receiver who I really like, and a great coaching staff that I think is really going to set them up to possibly be a playoff team, and that is Drake May. So give me Drake May there to be my backup quarterback.
Very good.
Great pick.
Okay, well, I'm going to go and pick up my receiver. It's not going to be Pittman because I don't know who's going to be quarterbacking there, and they're both flakes. Let me go ahead and pick up with a great offense, Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Good
be
pick.
your first
Man,
receiver,
that's a
so
dang good pick. Dang good pick.
for 14th, yeah, for 14th round, that's
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna take this guy who I, I took last year. He didn't come to life for whatever reason, but I'm gonna take Blake Corum here. I think he
Oh.
gets some actual touches
Ooh.
this year around, and then I'm gonna go with a biased pick here with my best defense of the league. I'm gonna go Texans defense here.
Oh,
then-
it's X.
Ooh. Like that,
I
Josiah.
do. I do.
And me myself, I'm gonna go also with defense, and it's gonna be Kansas City defense right here. All right, thank you.
KC. All right.
Yeah.
KC. And now we're up to me. Or I could go in a couple of directions here. Obviously, it's defense or kicker to end out this draft. But the way I look at defenses is it's got to be a good matchup for me to like really want to play you. And so if you look at some of these, I like the Commanders that play the Giants in Week 1 at home. You got the Bears who play against JJ in his first ever career game. Or it could go kicker, which there's obviously some really good ones. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with the guy who had a crazy leg last year, and give me Jake Bates out of Detroit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, Justin's back on hating me. I was looking at kickers as well, and Jake Bates of course, and then when he played the Texans, it just kind of made me mad how good he was.
Right.
But I'm also looking at kicker, like I said, I'm in the market. And so I'm looking at two guys, and one won me my fantasy championship, and then the other is also just he's just good, and then he'll have his bad game per usual as any other kicker. But it's between Kaimi and Chris Boswell. So I'm looking
damn.
at these two. I don't know. It's just I'm probably gonna go Kaimi just because I can see Texans
guy last year.
leaning on him more, especially given our schedule. And we play some pretty high end opponents, so I'm gonna go Kaimi.
He did me great last year.
Okay, I'm gonna grab me a rookie here. Let's go with Emeka Ibuka. I haven't picked a receiver in like 6 rounds, maybe. So let me get my 5th receiver. And I would call Jurassic Park and get a dinosaur like Hopkins because he's on Baltimore. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the guy. Let me see. Hold on. Where's that? Where is it? Okay. I'm gonna go with the guy who was overdrafted last year. No one believed in, and I drafted him in the Uncle's League. He was obviously very disappointing. But with my last pick, let's go with Dalton Kincaid there. Hopefully, he can have a breakout year with Josh Allen's, being the MVP and such. And so, I like him to be a backup tight end for Mark Andrews for me.
Yeah.
And typically year 3 is when tight ends break out if they're going to.
Yeah.
So that is year 3 for Kincaid.
Yeah, that's a good point for sure. Going to my last pick, and I'm happy to end this pick off with the Texans player. But I do think that, like I said earlier, I have Joe Mixon in this mock draft, and I think that Nick Chubb is definitely going to make a little bit of an impact. We don't know how big that impact is, but I do think Nick Chubb is hungry. He finally got out of Cleveland just after years and years. And I hope God willing, his legs are strong this year, and that we use him in a good way. And I think this guy can make a pretty good impact along with Joe Mixon. So I'm gonna end the draft off with Nick Chubb.
Ah, Chubb, and I like it. You handcuffed your guy. I'm a fan of that. For me to end my draft, it's got to be defense, and I'm gonna go with. Even though I was talking about earlier how I am a fan of JJ McCarthy, and I think this is his. This is going to be a good year for them. I think maybe it's right out the gate. It's a little bit slow because he starts Monday night on the road in cold Chicago. So I'm going to go with the Bears defense here to make it tough for him in week 1.
Okay, of course, my last pick is going to be a kicker. I mean, there's 3, 4, 5 good ones. I can go Will Lutz, McPherson, McLaughlin, and they're all scoring teams. So I might go with McPherson here just because the offense, they score so many points, and that'll work for me.
All right, McPherson.
I like the McPherson pick. That was great. I'm gonna go with my favorite kicker. Dopest name. I'm gonna go Young Waku.
Hey.
To end the draft.
All right.
All
That's
right.
the draft. Let's look at the analysis here, ladies and gentlemen.
95. I got an
At
A,
78.
baby.
Goodness.
Zuko got the highest. I'm in 4th. Genoa in 7th. Josiah in 9th. And JoJo in 10th.
What?
What about me?
None
Who's
of
in
this
first?
matters, guys. None of this matters, by the way.
What do you
Yeah,
look
I
at? What do
agree.
you look at?
Oh, wait, Theo Victor, you're number 1. Oh, boy.
I'm number 1, of course, baby.
Of course. Wow.
Lucky God.
Wow.
Who'd you pick,
Well,
Theo?
Dwayne-
Let me see. Bijan. Oh, go ahead, Justin.
No, I was just saying, Dwayne Nation, guys, this was our mock draft. Our 3rd mock draft of the offseason. We had 3 tremendous guests. We hope to have them on soon and more in the future as the season gets closer and closer. But thank you guys for listening. And Genoa, send us out.
Yo, Dwayne Nation, this was our 3rd mock draft. We're going to have many, many more before September's kickoff. So stay tuned with us. Watch us. We love y'all. And as always, that's what we say. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.